Good morning. Hello. Good afternoon. It's Lisa Christensen here. I wanted to do a creating mindfulness, and I wanted to share with you a way that I just love to be in the moment, feel in the moment. And I got this idea from my mindful doodle book right here. And this is by Patricia. Is this maybe? Anyway, she's a PhD in psychology, and she has this book, 75 different, 75 different mindfulness doodles, and I love it. And I wanted to feel joyful. Something that makes me feel joyful is the color green. And then the other thing that makes me feel joyful is circles or dots. And so I'll share with you how I came up with this. So I got this mindful doodle book, Joyful Doodles. I definitely recommend it. I'm not doing what she just says to doodle your joy. Okay. Sometimes I don't just want to just doodle my joy, and I want to like color to be part of it. So then I go to this field guide to color by Lisa Solomon. It's awesome, by the way. And she has these little color meditations that she likes to do. And she likes to start every art session, every creative session that she does to work on her art, and to do a color meditation. And so she does dots. And I thought, well, dots are really fun to use in our color meditations because they're just little circles or little dots, and they can be as big as you want, as small as you want. Her example was to do like lines. I'm actually going to do something different, and I'll just get started. So I am using water-soluble markers. And so that way, if I wanted to use some water, I could. I probably won't. And then this is a blending palette for your markers. So it's basically a piece of white paper that's laminated. And so I could go in and I can put some yellow ochre on, and then some of this darker green. And then with my paintbrush, I can make my own color. So that's kind of my plan. I don't actually plan on using it, but I want it there just in case I do. Okay. And I'm going to bring my water just in case, because sometimes it is fun to, I'll just show you since I already got it started. But there's my new color that I made. And then my dots, I'm just going to go in and make dots. When I'm doing this for myself, I will have some uplifting music playing. I will be playing with I will just be thinking about my colors. And I think I will add a little bit of the lighter color to the next color. But it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. It's your color meditation. And there's no wrong way to do it. And if you're looking for a good brand of markers, the Caron brush markers are really nice. They are water soluble, so you can use it as watercolor. They are a little spendy. I got them for a birthday gift and for Christmas, so I've been collecting all the colors for about a year now. But man, I sure love them. So when I'm doing these meditations, my whole goal is to be distracted and to just be in the moment. I don't want to think about, the laundry or something that someone said to me that is making me sad, or, a conversation that I overheard that annoyed me. I am not thinking about none of those things. And I am just creating for myself. And that's really what it is. And hopefully when I'm done, I will have this sense of, I'll have this beautiful watercolor piece that I can use maybe for a background of a card, or maybe I would just use it as a postcard. I don't know. And you can always go bigger and smaller if you want it. The whole point of this is to just enjoy the process. I love green. Green is my favorite color. It has been since I was little. And so And I don't have a, like a pattern going on with my colors, but there's something about this repetition that just puts me in a good mood. Now, I would call it, when I'm done, hopefully I got some extra creative energy and I can actually create something. But the point of this color meditation for me is to enjoy the process. And if I don't like one color next to another, that's okay, because I'm also learning what I do and do not like. Oh, and that one went too close together, but that's okay. It also teaches you how different greens react with each other. And I did put ochre down, yellow ochre down as a green, because I can't have, I can't use, I have to use yellow ochre almost in every single landscape or green project that I'm doing. So there's that. And you can tell that my circles are not perfect by any means. I don't think it has to be. And I think the more wonky the shape is, the more it looks more like art, like it's handcrafted. So many things that look like it's just been done by a computer, and I would much rather it look like it's not. And I'm going to just fill in with some water because I like that watercolor look. And it's my own project, so I can. Now, what do I do with these watercolor meditations? Well, this will make for a really fun background. And I think I'm just going to extend the circle out. Make it bigger. But so you get the idea. I could do this over and over and over again, but I really wanted to just give you this to bounce off of. Now, some people like to do complementary colors, or another one would be like a row of green and then a row of blue, or anything like that. It's so much fun to do. But the point of this exercise, and it takes me about 10-15 minutes to do, is to just enjoy the process, to enjoy the little bits of green, and just be in the moment. And if there are thoughts that come to your mind and you want to entertain them, I don't entertain every thought that comes to my mind. But if there's a thought of, oh, so-and-so loves the color green, maybe she or he would like this watercolor meditation, I bet that person would. And I bet they would feel even more joy just by having it, right? So you don't know. And Kateri Ewing, she is a wonderful artist. I just love her. She actually taught me that if you paint something every day and you give it to somebody, you will never run out of things to think about painting, because there's always someone in mind that you could paint for. And why not, why not do that? And so that's kind of where I've started. So that's kind of how this started, is that twofold joy, is painting for yourself. And who doesn't love painting dots? I mean, I could have done bright, beautiful colors like a birthday party, and then write happy birthday on it or something for a card for a friend. But it's summer right now. It's August. The Iowa State Fair is actually going on. And I want to feel happy. I want to feel joy. I want the greens to just be really big and bright and beautiful. There is no wrong way to do this, by the way. And I think having one color that doesn't quite work with the other colors. Like, so putting this yellow in with the green really helps it to just, it gives your eye something different to look at. And I really love these markers because they're so, the nib is so long, I can really just use it as a paintbrush almost. And that's what I love. Of course, I have my paintbrush in my hand because I just never know when I want it to be more watercolored. But that's the repetition and the fact that I'm playing with my favorite color that is putting me in a joyful mood. And if you have not tried this, I would definitely recommend it. Now I'm going to go a little bit bigger because I know my eye likes to see different variations. So all my dots are kind of the same. And you can tell that through this exercise, I've been becoming a lot more lax. Like, I'm holding my brush, my pen almost like a brush, and I'm just going with it. And that's when that creative flow comes. They mention it a lot is when you're in a creative, it's just called creative flow. And so you're totally, your whole mind and body, the actions are just all about creating this piece. And that's when I know that I am in that mindfulness meditation. I am not thinking about anything else but the artwork. I could let my mind wander, but I'm choosing not to. And I think that's the hardest part. That's the hardest thing with beginners is it takes a while. I mean, it took me years to get even to 1 or 2 minutes. And now I just tell myself, okay, this is my mindfulness time. Stay in the moment. When I'm feeling like I'm not in the moment, I will cautiously look and see, okay, what colors do I like with what colors? And I'm really loving this section right here with the variations of greens. I'm actually going to color that in. And you see how I change up the size and the placement. Now I'm going to use the rest of this green that's on my palette and make some dots. Maybe that's a really light dot. And that's a really light dot. And it's not becoming a dot. It's becoming a splodge. My hope is that these will, I think what I might do have this very fun way of changing the shapes a lot. We'll do one more right here. Mix it up a bit. Oops. I think these are so fun because even though someone could not know how to draw very well, I don't know how to draw very well, but I enjoy putting color on paper and getting this artistic look. I could see, I actually have, I use my whole palette, like my studio palette. I made a big 16 by 20 sheet of all the colors that I use with the different tints. And that's really fun too. It's fun. It's a good reference, but it's also so much fun to just do. And so when we're done, I'm going to do a couple more dots over here. And do one right here. I want a bright color right here because the other ones are kind of muted. And I think I'm going to call this good. Okay. And there's my watercolor meditation. And honestly, I'm really happy with it. It is something silly, something fun, something almost to the point where it was just a great distraction. And so I also, with my color meditations, if you've watched any of my videos, I also like to use some iridescent quality paint. And so this is a green iridescent. It's called Sarago. It's from Daniel Smith. But what I'll do is I'll just add, not on every dot, but on a couple. And if you have just like a gold mica powder, that's always fun. It doesn't have to be anything particular, but I like to use this on, a couple of dots. This is already wet, so that should make for a fun, that will blend a little bit. And you don't have to do it, but I find it really rewarding. Then it just becomes more of an artistic expression. And how fun is that? I think someone will really love this. And I will probably just write on the back of it saying, hey, I'm thinking of you. Hope you're enjoying all the summer colors, since I was thinking of all the summer, all the greens that we see in the summer. And it just made my heart happy. And I was thinking of you. Whatever. You don't have to send it. You can keep it. It's really pretty to just also hang and remind yourself of self-care. So anyways, I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, or I would love to know your experience, actually, if you've done this. Did it help you feel joyful? Did it help you find peace that you were looking for in the day? And if it did, wonderful. That's what it's meant to do. So anyways, here was your guided meditation for today. Take care.